We begin laying on our hip with the band around our thighs, weight in hand. With your elbow on your hip, begin to rotate that forearm up and down, working through the front of the shoulder and that rotator cuff. Think about squishing the armpit. Next, place your palm toward the ceiling, curling from your hip to your shoulder, almost like a bicep curl. Placing that weight down in front of your ribs, find a split position with your legs, pulsing up in a hydrant lift, squeezing the back of your glute to get into the side glute. Remember, neutral pelvis, not letting those hips move forward or back. Straightening that leg next, continue to pulse up and down. Again, you want to avoid allowing your hips to roll forward or back, which is what we call maintaining that neutral pelvic position. Lower down the leg, pick up the weight, place the weight back on the hip, lower and lift that arm. My arm comes above my shoulder. I lower back down to the hip. Flipping the palm forward, begin to bend the elbow, bringing the weight above the head, lengthen back up over the shoulder. Think of a skull crusher, just laying on your side. Instead, finding stability, shoulder, bicep, and tricep. Followed by a quick set of pulses here. It's going to be a teeny tiny movement. Bring the arm in front of you. Weight to the floor. Lifting the arm and the leg up at the same time. Don't let that leg go far down past the hip. Don't let the arm come up past the hip. Keep that core strong. Let it be your center. Let it be your stable point. Ribs together, belly button back to spine. Finishing up here, we're next going to come to a kneeling position, bending those elbows, goalpost position, closed or open grip, whatever feels better on the hands. As you pulse up, remember not to shrug to the ears. Relax the shoulders, connect to the base of the shoulder blades behind you. Heading to tricep kickbacks next. Hinge forward, lock the elbows behind you, bend and press, squishing those armpits. Find that comfortable position here. Lift open the chest. Try not to hunch forward. Pulse it back behind. Lifting and squeezing, try to stay behind your hips. Bring it down. Arms come out to the sides to a T position. Close back to the hips. Still hinge slightly forward with an open chest. Not letting your shoulders shrug to your jaw, keeping them away. Arms come down, flip your palms away from the body, bend the elbows, rise up and down. As you're lifting those weights up, they're not going to go past your jaw. I'm almost coming slightly to or below the shoulders. If you have a stability ball, we're going to go ahead and move on to that, placing the stability ball in your lap. You're going to keep your hands on it with your elbows bent. Straighten the arms as you articulate up to a round back. Bring it back down. Straight arm chest lift. Bent elbow, come on down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Notice my heels are lifted. That is optional. See how that feels for you. Maybe you prefer flat feet. Maybe you can't chest lift. You can just move the arms. Once we finish up here, we're going to wrap our legs around that ball to a place where you can hold it without letting it go. Give it a little squeeze. Begin to lift and lower those legs without letting that ball fall. So I have a good grip on it. I'm activating my inner thighs, therefore also activating my pelvic floor as I breathe, as I lower and lift. I keep my ribs together. I drive my belly button back to spine like someone's trying to poke my belly button, and I scoop it away from their finger. Bringing those fingertips back behind your ears or head, pulse the chest up without tucking the chin, but you also don't want to lift the chin. Imaginary orange or fist under your chin as you pulse that chest. Keep squeezing that ball. Placing the ball on the floor, walk your feet onto that fit ball or stability ball, whatever you prefer to call it. This puts me in almost a tabletop position. I'm hips width and my fingertips come behind my ears. Taking a deep breath, exhale, chest lift, inhale, release. Lift, lower. My goal is to not move the ball or the legs right now. Progressing on this chest lift. As I lift, I straighten my legs, rolling the ball out. Lower, bring the ball back in. Take the time to control the stability ball, as opposed to letting it roll away or roll crooked. Everything is aligned. I am in control. Holding those legs straight for a nice chest pulse. Staying up without tucking that chin. Breathe. Keep lifting, keep scooping that belly. Keep that lower body and pelvic floor engaged. And bring it down. Palms land next to the hips. Squeeze your butt, lift it up in the air. Lower back down. Lift and lower. My legs are straight. I feel stability through my triceps, my shoulder blades, and my lats. Squeezing my glutes, everything is stable. I'm not just relying on my legs or my butt. I am using my full body, excluding the head and the neck. Pulse it here. Lift and squeeze, lift and squeeze. Over and over, squeeze your glutes together. Don't use your lower back. Use the muscles in your glutes. Bring it down, knees to a bend. Take a deep breath. Make sure your feet have a good grip on that ball. Make sure you can connect to your palms and triceps, even the shoulder blades, as you lift into a standard bridge and down. Now we're going into that high bridge. So I lift and squeeze higher, connecting to my glutes. Lower back down with control. Just relax for a second. Feet come back on. Reconnect to your upper body and your palms. Lift into a bridge. Roll that ball forward and back. Straight and bend. Straight and bend. Next, we're going to lower down, sit with our back to the ball, leaning on the ball with a little chest lift. Knees are bent, feet are flat. I exhale, lift the shoulder blades off. Inhale, bring them back on. Scoop the belly, only move above those hips. Really connect to the breath. The breath gets into your pelvic floor and your upper abdominals quite a bit and will guide you through. Next, we'll be actually coming up and laying on our stability ball. When I come down, I want a position where my shoulders are on that outward edge, barely on the ball. If I wanted to look back behind me, I could for relief, but I am going to take my fingertips behind my head, find a neutral position, exhale, lift and curl, inhale back to that neutral position. So notice I'm not going fully all the way back. I'm just coming about halfway down, lifting up, scooping and squeezing my core all at once. Try pulling your pubic bone towards your ribs just a little bit as you lift up that chest. Exhale is important here. Push through that burn. You got this. Pulse it here. Lift and squeeze, lift and squeeze. Very good. Keep on going. And